Hey everybody. I have on the same shirt, same necklace, and same lots of things as the last video you saw because it's actually the same day. I cheated. All I did was change my lip product. I wanted to film another video today because I didn't know if I was going to get a chance to film tomorrow, but today's video is about my Sephora IQ experience. If you're not familiar with what that is, they have a new technology at Sephora that was developed by Pantone Universe, and the two companies are working together to bring us this new, better way of identifying what shade you wear in foundation. And I thought, this is such an interesting idea. So I went in and I got color matched. And the way that it works is they take a sample from 3 different sections on your face. They take close-up photographs, and then that gets downloaded into a computer program and you get assigned a number. Well, when I first approached someone in Sephora about this, they said they were going to have to remove all my makeup. And I was not into that idea because I was out and my husband and I were far from home, and I just didn't want them taking all my makeup off. So then I started looking around at the store, and another employee came up and started talking to me, and I told her, about my conversation with the other employee, and she said, oh no, she said, we don't have to take the whole thing off. She said, I'll just take off a small section, like on your forehead, maybe a small section here, and then maybe a spot on your neck, and we can do it that way. And I was like, okay, great, because then, maybe it won't be so noticeable. So that's what we did, and my number came up 1R05. And then they show you on the computer what your foundation matches are. If you don't have a match in a certain foundation or a certain brand, then nothing will come up. So the very first thing that came up on the list was a foundation by Craze. And so she said, look, why don't I give you a couple of deluxe samples and then you can take them home and try them. And, if there's something that you like, you can come back and buy the full size. So that was the first one that she was going to give me. But I noticed that in the title it said quercetin and oak moss. And I said, look, I'm allergic to flowers and trees. And this most likely, well, not most likely, this could be a potential problem with my allergy. She said, oh, absolutely. It's all natural and we don't want you to get sick. So I'm looking at the list because she said I could pick out 2 to get samples from. And she immediately jumped on Lancome Tinted. And I had heard a little bit about it somewhere, and I remembered somebody saying that they really liked it. So I thought, oh, okay. So my color in that is 210 Buff. And so she gave me a sample of that. And this is what that looks like. I have not tried this yet, and I will explain why in a minute. So then I'm looking at the list in front of me, and I said, okay, I would like a sample of Clinique Moisture Surge Tinted Moisturizer. Because a lot of times what I like to do is I like to wear a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream and then put a powder foundation over it. So I was interested in trying that. So that's what this is, and that is in the color 1. So that is what I'm wearing on my face today, and then I put Bare Minerals foundation over it. And I really, really like this. I loved the way that the Clinique Tinted Moisturizer felt on my skin, and I thought that the Bare Minerals went over it nice, and very, very impressed with that. Now, let's go back to the Lancome for a minute. The Tinted. I came home and I started researching this foundation and realized that this is probably not a good foundation for me because, and I told the lady that I was working with that I have dry skin and that I'm older. So she, I guess, didn't take that into consideration, or she didn't know that this Tinted has got some kind of special thing in it that absorbs oil in your skin. So that would most likely aggravate my dry skin problem. So I don't know if I even want to try this. I might try it once, like just to see. But what would have been a better suggestion for me is the Lancome Rainier G. I guess that's how you would pronounce it. So what I did today was I went to another place because the place that I was at when I had this test was not close to home. And I got a sample of the Lancome Rainier G, and my color in that is Claire, which is number 10. And I didn't go to a Sephora. I went to a Lancome counter. And this looks like a pretty good color match. Now, as far as the actual color matching goes, the number that they came up with and the results that came up are very accurate for me right now because it's the end of summer. See, if I had had this test done like at the beginning of summer, I would have had a totally different result and the foundation matchings would have been different. So, from what I can tell, it really tweaks it to be, close to what you need it to be. And I think it would be very interesting to have this test done again once the color that I have gotten this summer is gone. But from what I can tell, it's pretty darn accurate. I was a little freaked out when I saw the foundation samples that she gave me because they were both quite yellow, or so they appeared to be, until I compared them to other foundation shades in the range. And then I realized that it's not so much that they were yellow as that, my skin is just very pink. But the Clinique Moisture Surge worked out wonderful, and I can kind of tell by these other samples, just by looking at them, that I think they will work out as well in terms of shade. But I would say it is definitely worth your time to go in there and get tested. Just, if for no other reason, curiosity, and you get to try some new foundations. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to make an appointment. It's kind of fun. Probably the easiest thing for them would be is if you went in with no makeup on, then they don't have to remove anything, and there's no potential of getting any kind of a misreading because of them using makeup remover on your face, because that can irritate some people's skin. But it didn't, whatever they used, it didn't irritate my skin, and I feel as if they got a really accurate reading. And so yeah, I would say if you are at all curious about this, to go ahead and give it a shot. And if you have any questions about my experience or anything that I left out, let me know, and I will do my best to answer your questions in the comment section. So that's it for today, you guys. Bye.